Welcome to another character building video. Today I'm showing you how to play like Hanzo, the mercenary archer from Overwatch in Dungeons and Dragons. Hanzo inherited the role of crime boss from his father, although he later abandons the position and travels the world attempting to restore his honour. For race we begin with variant human, taking the sharpshooter feat and insight proficiency. Using point buy, you select 8 strength, 15 dexterity, 14 constitution, 10 intelligence, 15 wisdom and 8 charisma. The racial bonuses increase your dexterity and wisdom to 16. As a former criminal, we take the criminal background, which gives us deception and stealth proficiencies, as well as potential criminal contacts. Level 1 begins as Ranger, with the athletics, survival and perception proficiencies. Your favourite enemies should be any two humanoids, likely elves and humans, with the elvish language, and grassland or forest natural explorer terrain. Level 2 is Ranger, gaining the archery fighting style and spellcasting. Select Hunter's Mark, which is great for focusing on one enemy at a time, and Hail of Thorns for a small group of mooks in a tight formation. Level 3 is Ranger, getting Primeval Awareness, letting you sense the presence of a variety of different creatures within 1 mile, and picking the Hunter Conclave subclass. This subclass gives you the Hunter's Prey feature, letting you take Horde Breaker. Horde Breaker allows you to make an additional attack once per turn against a creature within 5 feet of a creature you have already made a weapon attack against that turn. At level 3, this means you can bonus action cast Hail of Thorns, make an attack action with your bow using Sharpshooter against an enemy that has another enemy within 5 feet, and then make an additional attack against the other enemy, both of them potentially taking Hail of Thorns damage. This is 1d8 plus 13 each, and another 1d10 each if they fail the dex save, which is very impressive damage for level 3. Level 3 you also get another Ranger spell, this time taking Absorb Elements. Level 4 in Ranger gets you the first ability score increase, taking 2 dexterity, bringing it to a total of 18. Level 5 in Ranger gets you extra attack, meaning you can attack twice per attack action, and your first second level spell, which we will use to get passive out Trace. Hanzo is a former assassin after all. Level 6 is your first level in Rogue. You can grab another proficiency, taking Investigation, and you get 2 expertises which should go into Stealth and Perception. This also introduces Hanzo to Sneak Attack, adding 1d6 once per turn on a finesse or ranged weapon attack if he has advantage on the roll or doesn't have disadvantage on the roll and an ally within 5 feet of the enemy. Thieves' Cant is a bonus language skill he picks up too. Level 7 is your second level in Rogue. You can now use Cunning Action, letting you dash, disengage or hide as a bonus action. Not only are you great at hiding, it improves your accuracy for those sharpshooter attacks. Level 8 is your third level in Rogue, where you pick the Thief archetype, which this build shares with the build I have done for Hanzo's brother Genji. This subclass gives Hanzo the climbing skills and leaping ability he's known for through the second story work feature. His Fast Hands feature extends his bonus action Cunning Action to using Thieves' Tools on traps and locks, making sleight of hand checks, and taking the Use an Object action. At this level, Sneak Attack increases to 2d6. We now go Fighter for level 9. This first level grants you another fighting style. If you are allowed Unearthed Arcana, take the Close Quarters Shooter style so you can shoot arrows unhindered even up close, and it gives you another +1 to your ranged attack rolls, which stacks with a +2 from Archery fighting style. If not, pick Superior Technique, allowing you to grab a d6 superiority die and the Precision Attack battle maneuver. Second Wind allows some minor healing once per short rest at the cost of a bonus action. Level 10 is your second level in Fighter, where you gain Action Surge. Now you can take another action during your turn once per short rest. Level 11 is your third level in Fighter, where you pick the Arcane Archer subclass. Arcane Archer Lore lets you grab the Nature proficiency and the Druid Craft cantrip. Arcane Shot allows you to learn 2 types of arcane shots. You have 2 uses of this ability which recharges on a short rest. You can decide on whether to expend a use after the arrow hits. Here we pick the Bursting Arrow for some AoE force damage. This is Hanzo's Dragon Arrow and works wonderfully well with Ranger spells and Sharpshooter. The other shot is the Seeking Arrow, which automatically reaches an enemy in range if you saw them within the last minute, as long as there is a path to them, but requires a failed save to learn the location. The save is based on intelligence, so the DC will be low, but the fact it still does damage if the saving throw is passed is why we picked it. This is great for hiding opponents or recently turned invisible opponents. Consider this the Sonic Arrow. Level 12 is back to Ranger, taking your 6th level, where you get another terrain and favourite enemy to pick from. Benefits of these choices are campaign specific. Level 13 is your 7th level in Ranger, where the defensive tactics feature lets you grab multi-attack defense, offering +4 AC against all subsequent attacks that turn from a creature who hits you with an attack. You also gain another 2nd level spell option. Depending on your campaign, take Dark Vision, something humans lack, or something that boosts recovery such as Healing Spirit, Good Berry, or Cure Wounds. Level 14 is your 8th level in Ranger, where you get your 2nd ability score increase, where you should max out Dexterity. You also gain the Land Stride feature, allowing you to move through non-magical difficult terrain at normal speed, and non-magical plants don't damage you due to thorns. This feature also gives you advantage against magical plants such as the Entangle spell. Level 15 is your 9th level in Ranger, where you learn your first 3rd level spell. Our pick is the bonus action Lightning Arrow spell, creating great damage and comes with an area of effect. As they both require the attack action to take effect, this is a great combination with the Arcane Shot Bursting Arrow. Level 16 is your 10th level in Ranger. You get an additional pick in Natural Explorer terrains, and this also gives you the Hide in Plain Sight feature. To use it, you must spend 1 minute creating camouflage for yourself from dirt, fresh mud, plants, soot, and other naturally occurring materials. With this, you can hide against a natural surface at least as big as you are with a +10 to stealth as long as you remain still. Level 17 is your 11th level in Ranger, where you gain another spell and feature. Pick Conjure Barrage. Using your bow makes a 60-foot cone requiring a dexterity saving throw. Failed saves take 3d8 damage and passes take half. The multi-attack feature lets you select Volley, allowing you to take a special action where you can make separate attack rolls for every creature within 10 feet of a point you can see within your bow's range. The next level is 18, where we take our final and 12th level in Ranger, getting another ability score increase. Here we take +2 to Wisdom to boost our Ranger spells, bringing the ability score to 18. Level 19 is back to Rogue, which is the 4th level, getting another ability score increase where we will max out our Wisdom to 20. The final level is in Rogue for the 5th level, where we get the Uncanny Dodge feature. This allows you to halve damage you take from an attack you can see as a reaction. A great ability for this Hanzo if an enemy manages to get up close. Your sneak attack also increases to 3d6 damage. In terms of what we do well, we have good, consistent, resourceless damage. We have a minimum of 2 attacks per action, and possibly more due to Volley and Horde Breaker. For each attack, we would try to stack on the Sharpshooter +10 and a 3d6 sneak attack if the conditions are met once per turn. In addition, we have pretty good Nova damage. The consistent damage is complemented by the Burst Arrow Arcane Shot and the Lightning Arrow spell, in addition to using Action Surge for a few more shots. This could be a deadly single turn by our Hanzo. We also have reasonably good mobility. While not the quickest on our feet, our Hanzo can bonus action dash due to cunning action. He has a bonus to his jumps equal to his dexterity modifier of +5. He is unhindered by climbing and is able to walk through difficult terrain without any extra movement cost. Lastly, Hanzo's past as the former head of an assassin clan allows him to skulk around undetected. Therefore, he has great sneak and perception. Some of this build's weak points are the ammunition requirement. This can be difficult to work around depending on your DM. Worst case scenario, you run out of ammo mid-fight and have to find alternative means to contribute to the fight. In most cases, you should get plenty of opportunity to stay stocked and even recover arrows. Up close, Hanzo is easy to hit. Our AC tops out at 17 without any magical armor. Ranged fighters don't need high AC, especially if the player has good positioning. You have Uncanny Dodge and Absorb elements to keep you around long enough to disengage just in case you do take some attacks or area of effect spells. This build does have low strength, but this is somewhat mitigated because you have the strength saving throw proficiency and proficiency in athletics. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said about the low charisma. This can be an issue if you run into ghosts or the banishment spell. What about magic items? If you can manage to get your hands on a pair of bracers of archery, they provide a nice +2 damage increase to attacks with longbows and shortbows. If you wanted to max out your dexterity sooner, you could also take that 4th level in Rogue at level 9 or 12. If you aren't concerned with maxing out Wisdom, you can leave Ranger at level 11 and take 1 level in Monk for unarmored defense. This would bring your current light armor, 12 plus 5 dexterity from 17 to an unarmored 19 that can also benefit from bracers of defense. Light armor is character friendly to Hanzo, depending on the skin being used, and it's better to focus on his archery and spells rather than his AC, because archery suits backline fighting more, where you can stay away from melee reach. I don't have an aversion to Monk, but this build could easily just be a Soul Kensei Monk, like his brother Genji could be too. However, I feel that the way we've built him today is much more personalized, and it more accurately displays the character's abilities. So there you have it, Hanzo in Dungeons and Dragons. Subscribe for future content and leave a comment for any suggestions. I'll see you next time, and thanks for watching.